Hello everybody and welcome to my video today here on YouTube. Today is a really fun post I am doing with Pip from the UK. We are doing some fun birthday cards today. So when you're done with this video, you're going to want to check her video out. I will link it below. I wanted to make a set of birthday cards, and here on the screen you see the stamp set that I'm going to use. I'm going to use that little cupcake. I'm going to use the circle that says celebrate, and then I'm going to pair that with a punch that coordinates with it. I'm also using last year's Stampin' Up! In colors. So you see 5 colors there on the screen. I'm going to use the cardstock, the designer paper, and then I have a little bit of glitter paper left from last year that coordinated with all of this. So I'm going to use that. So I have these 5 colors, and what I'm going to do today is make some really quick birthday cards. I want to make a set of 5, and I want to show you how easy it is to mass produce some cards. I'm all out of birthday cards, and I thought it would be really fun to be able to use these colors to make some cards. So I've picked out some cardstock, and then I've picked out either 1 sheet of pattern paper that goes with it or 2. So there's a couple colors there where I've picked out 2, and you're gonna see why in just a little bit. And then I have my ink that I'm going to use. So everything coordinates. If you have colors that have ribbon or different things, you can always use that. So I have these 4 sheets of glimmer paper. I'm 1 sheet short from one of the colors, but that's okay. You'll see what I'm going to do. But you could also do this with any color scheme. I love Stampin' Up's basic, the basic designer paper, and we have those in our color sheets, and so you could totally use those for this as well. So I just showed you a color lineup that would totally work if you wanted to. Okay, so next you're going to see that I'm just going to cut this cardstock up, and I'm going to put a little bit of music on while I do that, and then we'll get started with the cards. The very next thing that I'm going to do is put white cardstock inside all of these card bases. So I've just used the colored cardstock. I've cut that at 4 1/4, and then I've folded it in half, and then I'm putting some white cardstock inside, and that white cardstock is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. I'll do that for all 5 cards. So it is really easy when you batch process your method. So I cut all my cardstock and folded it all at once. I cleaned up my cardstock all at once, and then I'm putting in these panels all at the same time, and then I'll move on to the next step. So here is all of the cards. They're all done. They have the white cardstock inside, and then I'm taking a emery board. This is just emery board. I get them at like Walgreens. I love the colorful ones, and I'm taking and running the emery board over the side, the edges of the paper, just to clean up anything that's not clean. That's not, you know, straight or has some paper fuzzies on it. I just want them to look really nice. And then I'm going to take my cards, my designer paper. This is from the Basics collection, and I'm going to pair together with the cardstock. So for this piece here, I'm just going to use one, and I'm going to cut it and use both designs. Same here. I'm going to use that piece and then the hearts. This next piece, I'm going to use two different pieces. I want the polka dots, and then I want that other design. So you can see that I'm just going to do that, and then we're going to cut our cardstock. We're going to cut it at 3 inches by 4 inches, and then 2 1/4 by 4 inches. And then the only other measurement that I have is on the glitter paper. I'm going to cut that 1 inch by 4 1/4. And you will see how I do that. So, or you'll see why I have that layer when we look at the cards. So here I have each of the colors of ink. I'm going to stamp the Celebrate, and then I will stamp the cupcake in the middle. So I've just pressed my ink pad together so that the ink goes onto the lid. And then I'm taking my Wink of Stella and I'm dipping that into my ink. And then you see that I do a bit of a transition where it's darker at the top of the cupcake and then it is lighter at the bottom. So here I am. I'm just going to close that ink pad. I'm going to pinch it. And you just want to pinch it almost like you're bending it in half. And then you'll get a little bit of ink on the lid of the ink pad. I got quite a bit there, but I'm going to repeat this process for all 5 colors. I'll do the Celebrate in the color, and then I will do the, I almost said lipstick, but it's a cupcake. It's not lipstick. And then you can see I'm just dipping my Wink of Stella in here and adding the color to the top of the cupcake. It's really easy coloring, very minimal, and then you punch it out with the coordinating punch. Okay, now we have all of our pieces. We have our card base, and then we have our 2 designs. So that the first design is 3 inches by 4 inches, and then the second one is 2 1/4 by 4. And we're going to stack these. You can stack the taller one on the bottom or the top. You're going to see that my cards are different. So I just mixed up the designs, and then I'll start a little bit on the bottom. You could also add a white border to this by trimming these down a little bit more and then adding the first layer a white border, and that would also give you the ability to pop all of this up if you wanted. I wanted to keep these really simple, so I didn't want that extra step, but you could totally do that. So then you can see you just stack these 2 designs, and then I'm going to take the glitter paper. Again, this was paper that we had last year, and I cut all of the glitter paper to where it was just the one color, but this one I cut to where you could see the ombre effect of the glitter. Now, one of the colors of cardstock, I didn't have any of the glimmer paper left. So in that case, I just used the cardstock. So this glimmer paper strip is 1 inch by 4 1/4. You could do ribbon here, or you could just do the cardstock, either one. I just wanted something right there in the middle. You can make it a little bit lower. I really got very creative with the way that I layered this layer, making it lower sometimes. And then also when you add your circle, your cupcake circle, you can add that anywhere on your card. You can add it on the right, the left, or in the center. On this one, I wanted that ombre glimmer paper showing, so I added it right there on the side. I'm gonna add some foam to that. Since nothing else is popped up on this card, I'm gonna go ahead and pop that circle up with some foam. And then you're just going to repeat all of the same step for all of your cards. That's why I said in the beginning of the video, you could do this with any color, or you could do it all with the same color. If you wanted to make, you know, if you loved the Starry Night color, and you wanted to make, you know, 10 of those in that color, you could totally do that. It's a great way to use that pattern paper. And then by doing all of the stamping and coloring at the same time, it cuts down on how long it takes you to make these cards. So I can tell you that it took me longer to edit the video, because I've done some fun editing in this video, than it did to make the actual cards. So here I have all of the pieces attached, and you can see all 5 of the colors. So the next thing that I want to do is add a little bit of bling, and you can see right there, that is one that has the cardstock, and then the other one has the glimmer paper. These are some embellishments that, if they are still available, I will link them in the description below. These might have been ones we had last year, and they might have been retired when the new catalog came out. But they're just these little pearls, and they match the colors. So I'm just taking the color of the right color and matching it up basically, and I'm going to do a couple different things when I do these cards. So I just wanted to use these up. So I really think that the basic pattern paper is a real gem in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, and it really goes to highlight how wonderful Stampin' Up! Is with coordination. That's why I got into Stampin' Up! To begin with, is because everything coordinated. There's cardstock, there's ink, there's ribbon, there's embellishments, there's extra things like glimmer paper. So I really love that. So on this one right here, I'm putting the embellishment in the circle of the stamping. You could also take the larger circle punch and punch out cardstock and put it behind the circle as well, because we have several circle punches that coordinate with that. So here are some ideas for inside of your card, and you could also stamp inside there happy birthday. I'm going to tear 2 of the corners here, and then I'm going to show you one other option for putting things inside of your card. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. You're going to want to make sure that you check out Pip's video. I will link her video in the description box below. This is our Stamping with Friends, and sadly this is going to be our last Stamping with Friends. We are going to be focusing a lot on our paper party, which is coming up. We have some exciting news to announce with our next paper party, which will be our holiday paper party. So it will be a great one to join. If you haven't joined us for a paper party in the past, we would love for you to join us for our next upcoming paper party. So here are just a couple ideas for the inside of the card. I went ahead and I attached that off camera, and then I have those ready. And here are just a couple photos that I took of the cards. I don't have a blog post today for you guys, so I just have the video, but hopefully you've enjoyed that. Here they are for all 5 of the colors. So thank you so much for checking out my video today. I hope you've enjoyed this project. Make sure to check out these 2 other videos that are here on the screen for you. If you haven't already subscribed, you can do that and hit the like button so YouTube will be nice to me. Thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you in my next video.